Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric. Today we are going to take a look at the Super Retro-Cade. Came out just recently. It's by Retrobit. If you don't know what it is, it's a console that is essentially filled with 90 popular retro games. Some of the classic hits here, you know, you got Joe and Mac, you got Side Pocket 10-Yard Fight, Bionic Commando, Mega Man 2, and plenty more. It comes in this really cool box that just looks totally 80s. You see Mega Man on the front. You got, you know, I don't know who the hell this ninja guy is right here. Final Fight's in it. You got some of the games. It looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at it and unbox it today. And let's go ahead and play it as well. I'm excited. We're all excited. Let's go ahead and begin today's video, shall we? So yeah, I got this sent to me by Retrobit. They asked if I wanted to review a console of it, and I'm trying not to rip. Here we go. So this is the inside of the packaging. Take a look at that. This is like the ultimate home arcade, which is the slogan. You can see some of the games that are listed in the back. I was asked if I wanted a review product for it, and I said, you know what, go ahead and send it my way. It looks just like something I want. And yeah, I was totally excited to get it. Now I got my hands on it, so let's open it up, see what's inside. We're pulling out the stuff out of the box. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff in here. We got our instruction manual. Who really needs this though? You know what I mean? It's colorful, has nice pictures, pretty stuff, but we don't need it. All right, so we got the actual console itself, and it's a lot similar to the one that Retrobit came out with last year that had some arcade games. So it's a white console, has the power button, of course. The USB controllers go there, and then on the back we got our hookups. We got HDMI, we got AV output, adapter, and we got room for an SD card, which I believe eventually they're going to have it where you could download additional games and other content to add on to your system. It's pretty lightweight, it's not too big, smaller than the NES Classic. Then we, of course, we got our adapter, pretty standard, it's small, looks like a cell phone adapter almost. Then we got our controllers. Now these look like your pretty standard controllers for a clone console. Looks a little bit like a Batarang style type of controller. Has, you know, the XBYA select start, directional pad, and some shoulder buttons. And of course, as I mentioned, USB plugs. So we got two of them with the console. So everything that you get for the console is right here. We got two, this, and then we also have our HDMI cable in there. So yeah, this is everything that's in the box. Let's go ahead and set this thing up. Check it out. Alright guys, so I have this sucker plugged in. This is the Super Retro-Cade. As you can see, the main menu has like every single game featured on here. You see the title screen. There is a lot of pickings on here. Just off the top of my head, Rocky Rodent, good game. Mutant Fighter, never heard of it. Mystic Riders, good one. Mighty Final Fight is on here. That's a very hard to find game, so this being alone on here is worth it. Looks like we also got Magical Drop, Knights of the Round, great beat 'em up game. Joe and Mac, we got all sorts of different games. Holy Diver, another great Famicom game. Mega Man 2. So you could see there is a good amount of selection on here. Some high quality titles. Let's go ahead and run through and see what we can play. I'm using the controller. It fits pretty good. It works rather well. I'm enjoying it. So let's go ahead and let's see. Let's pick a good one. Let's do. I'm gonna do this, and wherever it lands at. All right, Magical Drop Arcade. So as you can see, it shows you brief synopsis of what the game is about. You can add it to favorites, so I guess you could pick like your favorite games, so they're easy to access. You can do save states. Basically, it's an emulator. And I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, why don't you just get a RetroPie? I mean, you could do that, or you could support your developers, even though these are retro games, that this is a licensed product. Let's play as the fool. So this is Magical Drop. And yeah, I don't believe I know how to play this. Let's do that. Alright, I have no idea what the fuck is going on here. There we go. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing. Right now, I'm sure there's somebody in the comment section calling me a noob and totally freaking out that I'm sucking ass at this game. I don't think I'm doing too bad. I mean, it looks good. I'm guessing this looks pretty true to the original. Oh wow, look at that. I made a whole mess right there. Now that I have the Super Retro-Cade, I can go ahead and play some of these games I've never experienced for the first time. You know what I mean? Let's do Mega Man 2. It's a classic. You know, you gotta play it. If you have the option to play it, you gotta play it. Now it looks a little stretched out. I'm sure that there's options. Alright, so as you can see, I switched it. It looks much better in the original size. It's not stretched out. That looked ugly. I'm not gonna lie, it looked ugly. So let's go ahead. We're gonna try Bubbleman Stage out. Just gonna play quick stage. It looks a little bit different colored than come here, little frog. Alright, so I'm gonna be completely honest. It does feel like there is a little bit of lag with the controller. The jumping feels kind of wonky. Yeah. I know somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, Eric, you just suck." That's why. No, the controls felt a little bit wonky. Not gonna lie. Alright, so let's jump across. Yeah. I'm trying. Controls feel a little bit wonky. Let's go to a different game, shall we? I don't want to keep dying and you guys be bored. Let's pick, let's go ahead and do... Fuck it, we're here, right? Let's do Super Ghouls N Ghosts. We're here. Let's do it. This was on the Super Nintendo. Great game. Classic game. Get the knife. That's the first rule that James Ralph says when it comes to Ghouls N Ghosts, is get the knife. So I am feeling... Oh man, I grabbed the wrong weapon. So I am feeling some definite input lag on this console. You can just feel it. It's I don't want to say it's clunky, but it's quite noticeable when you're trying to jump on both games that I've tried. Alright guys, are you bad enough of a dude to save the president? Let's find out on Bad Dudes. Classic game by Data East. It's in Super Retro-Cade. Let's check it out. Such an iconic title screen right here. Let's play as Blade. Blade and Striker. Back in the like 80s, it was cool to have names like Blade and Striker and Hawk and Blitz. So this is actually another hard game too. But it's such a classic. I remember playing this at the laundromat when I was a kid. So this one feels pretty good as well too. Controls, sounds, and looks authentic. And I just died. Alright. Oh, I just punched a girl. Can I get that? There, okay, there we go. Alright. If I'm not mistaken. Where's there's Karnov. So Karnov is another Data East character. Had his own game on the NES. And I think an arcade game as well. Come on, fucker. Ah. Alright, so the Super Retro Arcade, as I mentioned, has a collection of about 90 classic games. A mixture of arcade, NES, Super Nintendo. It's pretty nostalgic. If you've played games like Bad Dudes and Double Dragon, Mega Man, Ghouls N Ghosts, you're going to be happy here. Most of the heavy hitters are in this package. And they are true for their, I guess, their original authentic form. Now, let's be honest. This is basically an emulation machine, just like the NES Classic and the SNES Classic and some of those games, Atari flashbacks and stuff. This is emulation. There's ability to do save states. There's ability to change the aspect ratios of the games. things like that. So if you're not into stuff like this, I know a lot of people out there that are in the RetroPie community are like, oh, you should have got a RetroPie. Yeah, okay. Maybe you should. Maybe that's a different way. But what's awesome about this is that it's actually licensed by all of these developers that made these classic games. So supporting those companies and supporting Retrobit, who I really enjoy a lot of the things that Retrobit come out with. This does have a vast variety of improvements from the last console that Retrobit made that was similar to this. The major thing that I noticed is in some games like Ghouls N Ghosts and Mega Man, there was quite a bit of input lag when I was trying to jump and move forward. Mega Man and Ghouls N Ghosts were actually pretty bad, but then there was games where I didn't feel anything, like in Holy Diver, felt great, and Knights of the Round felt great. There was like no problems in a lot of those games. Even Bad Dudes felt great. So I don't know if that was just my imagination or if it's just that's the way that game handles with this emulation. Was it distracting? Maybe enough to where I mean, ultimately nothing beats playing on the original console. So yeah, that's something that I can't really factor in. Do other controllers work that use USBs? I wouldn't recommend it just because the settings look like they're only for the Retrobit console. I personally didn't try. Sue me. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they work anyway. I think best is to just use this because the button map layout in the settings is for that console controller anyway. So, Super Retro-Cade. The interface is simple, easy to use. You turn it on, you can see all the games, you can access it from there. Start, select, takes you back to the menu at any time. If you go to the menu, you can change certain things like background volume, the controller layout, the aspect ratio, which I really felt it was annoying that you had to go back and forth to change the aspect ratio for each game instead of being able to save that setting. As I mentioned, there's going to be added options on later on to add more games and stuff. So yeah, this might be something that you would want to sink your teeth into because not everybody knows how to do a RetroPie. Not everybody wants a RetroPie. I'm a fan of licensed consoles just like this. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of people in the comments complaining that it's better to get a RetroPie. Get over it. I'm not getting one. I'm glad that Retrobit decided to send me a review console for them. Do I recommend it? If you're into these games, maybe, but if you're real big stickler for things such as input lag and slowdown and stuff like that, you might want to pass on this. And well guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, comment, like below. I'll see you soon.